Hello, everyone. I'm Julian, the Director of Non-Surgical Aesthetics here at Ladner Facial Plastic Surgery, here with Dr. Keith Ladner. We are here with Face Value, where we're going to get deep with Dr. Ladner and ask him some deep questions.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So, question number one, what made you choose facial plastic surgery specifically? Why not body surgery or anything else?
Yeah. So for me, it was the complexity of the anatomy, the variability of the cases, and then finally the mentors that I met along the way that I really looked up to. And I also felt like with facial plastic surgery, it's front and center. Everyone can see it,
Right.
and in such a powerful way, surgeries can make such a big difference and restore confidence.
Perfect. And then next question, what's a case or moment that reminded you of why you love what you do?
Yeah, I mean, anytime someone comes back to our office and they've healed up for surgery, and they just report in such a positive way how much the procedure has changed their life, how much confidence has given them, and just how thankful they are for the whole process, and thankful for my staff and the journey. I think that just it confirms weekly why I do what I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely see a lot of happy people, which is amazing. What's the most challenging part of your job that people maybe don't realize?
Yeah, I think the most challenging part is balancing work with life. And what I mean by that is that I think what a lot of people, staff included, see is the physician role between 6:30, 7 a.m. to 5, 6 p.m. And they don't really necessarily see what happens from 5:30, 6 p.m. until the next morning.
Right.
So meaning that I'm constantly thinking about patients, patients that I've operated on, or patients that I'm about to operate on, the amount of work that goes into the planning for the surgeries. So it's not just you show up for work and then you just do the surgery. There's a lot of thinking and pre-planning that goes into it. And there's also a lot of just attention to patients after the surgery, whether they have a concern or just a question, always being available for patients. And then balancing that with also trying to be a good father, a good husband, and also, quite honestly, something we don't talk about a lot is promoting your own self-care, right? And I think anyone that has a busy job and has a busy family life, can appreciate this. But finding that sweet spot where you still take time for yourself, because if you don't take time for yourself, whether it's working out or doing hobbies, I think that in the end, you might not be as good at your job as you could be.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all of your jobs, whether it's a father, husband, or surgeon, is all round the clock job. So I'm sure it's nice to find some self-care here and there.
Yes.
So this is a good question. Hopefully your answer is good. Just kidding. Who on the team keeps you on
No
your
pressure.
toes and who makes work fun for you?
Ooh, man.
You don't
I
have
would
to say me
say,
just because I'm
yeah, no, you definitely do. I mean, I think, okay, so I'm going to take a different spin on this.
Yeah.
What I love about our office is I think that our personalities, and our interests and just who we are, it's so different.
Right.
And I love that diversity that we have. That just it makes us all unique, because it's kind of fun, even if I'm not part of a conversation. It's kind of fun to see the banter and to see the interaction between, quite honestly, people that probably would not necessarily. I mean, we'd be friends, but not necessarily be hanging out with one another.
Right.
But share a common vision, but then have just completely different personalities. I like that part.
Definitely. I feel like there's a mixture between like when it's the OR staff and the clinic staff, and it's kind
Right.
of cool to see those two kind of clash and mingle also.
Exactly.
Perfect. So what's your favorite thing about this practice? You kind of already answered that, but if you could choose the space, the people, or the culture.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the people, right? So the people, again, we share a set of core values, core focus, core mission, and our goals align. And even though we all obviously wear completely different hats, just the fact that we can unify as a group to achieve that common goal, I think is pretty special.
Perfect. And then if you could change one thing about the industry or how patients approach facial plastic surgery, what would that be?
Yeah, man, I can answer this a lot of different ways, but I think that we are now in a time, and obviously social media is great. But when I started my career, social media really didn't have much of a presence. There was a little bit of like showing before and afters on Facebook. Now it's all social media, and I think that if used appropriately, it can really help patients. But I think that unfortunately, there's a little bit too much misinformation on social media that can be dangerous for patients. And I think also sometimes there is a little bit misrepresentation, quite honestly, by surgeons, injectors, in terms of the work that they do. Because I think that social media is an avenue where you can sometimes maybe make your work and experience seem a little bit more vast and better than it really is.
Right.
So just being careful with the research, I think, is something that would be good to change or just make sure that is being implemented.
Yeah, it could be a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I feel like social media, like I said, you can get the right information, you get the wrong information. So if someone's going down that rabbit hole,
Yep.
you never really know which one they're getting.
Exactly.
And then what's something patients should ask during consultations but usually don't ask?
Oh, that is great. And so, I kind of have a set script in terms of not everything we talk about. We get to know patients and get to know about them. But there's definitely a set script in terms of things that I feel like patients must know. And so number one is our surgery center experience and our staff. Our nursing staff that cares for the patients that they're full time with me, a huge advantage, and the fact that we're able to hand select our board certified anesthesiologist. I think that that's huge. I also let them know that our staff, honestly, is just unparalleled in terms of the care and attention that they're going to get after the procedure. Because I think that's underestimated going into the surgeries. Obviously, choosing the correct surgeon is a very important step. But also knowing that you're going to be supported by the ancillary staff after the procedure. And so, I make them aware that they're going to, be well advocated for after the procedure.
That's lovely. Yeah, everyone here is so great, especially with taking care of patients afterwards.
Exactly.
It's amazing. And then what transformation story sticks with you the most and why? If you could pick one.
Oh, man, that's tough. I think I have a soft spot for kids. So pediatric cases that I've done in the past that have undergone transformations. Whether it's a 6 or 7 year old that has ears that protrude and they've been bullied at school and that's no longer happening, or the 16-year-old that for similar reasons has a nose that doesn't fit their face, and we've really kind of taken that insecurity away. For me, adults get just as big of a boost and confidence gain from these procedures. But to see that transformation in kids, right, who are, I think so innocent, and I think that those are always very special.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that was all of our questions. So thanks so
Not
much
too
for
bad.
getting deep with us here. That was Face Value. If you liked that content, make sure you like and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.